Welcome to Highway to Helms in 3, 2, 1.
Another day, another dollar as I holler to the world. I love the way I'm living, love the Gucci, love the girls, love the parties and the clubs, love the models and hot tubs, love the German engineering set on deep dish dubs. Another tour around the world, entertaining the fans. I love walking through the airport, taking pictures, shaking hands. Every day for me's an oyster, crack it open, find a pearl. I love the way I'm living, is what I holler to the world.
As always, I got to thank the MVP for allowing Highway to Helms to use Holler to the World as our entrance song, our theme song. Where's the pyro? We got no pyro. We need pyro on this show. This is going to be a unique episode. Look at me already stuttering. I got a bad, I'm still getting over this cough. That's why I got my phone sex voice going on. Goddamn Doc Holliday tuberculosis shit happening here. But I think I'm on the tail end of it. What I'm doing today is a solo episode. My sponsors and fans kind of get on me about the irregularity of the output of Highway to Helms. Sometimes I get slow. Sometimes I rhyme slow. Sometimes I rhyme quick. But that's because I like to have my guests in studio. I do a video pod, not just the audio pod, which is easy for anybody to do. I like to have in studio guests and put that on my YouTube channel to give people, something to watch and not just listen to, although I know a lot of people like to listen to stuff in the car and in the gym, and that's why we do both. We got audio and video. But it makes it hard to get a guest in here every single week. And sometimes I'm just busy, man. Nobody told me this having kids was going to be busy. Them little things take some attention. They take some getting used to. And so I decided to do this for actually one of two reasons, just kind of do a Q&A, get some questions out there. I get a lot. Obviously, I get a lot of crazy stuff going on. A lot of stuff on my Twitter and Facebook and Tumblr. Love Tumblr. If you're not on Tumblr, then don't worry about it. We don't want a bunch of people on Tumblr. We don't want it to blow up like Twitter. The Tumblr community, we love what we are. However, you do need to go check out ShaneHelmsCom.tumblr. That's TUMBLR. There's no E in there. TUMBLR.com, and I hope I spelled that correctly the first time. Go check that out. I put some interesting stuff on there. It's not necessarily all just for children's, so be careful. You got your kids around. Nothing pornographic, but there may be the occasional bootay pop up, and that's just what I like. That's the theme of my Tumblr is shit I like. Shit Shane Helms likes. Shane Helms is a booty man, aficionado of that sort of thing. So, go check that out. But anyway, I get a lot of questions, so I wanted to kind of do a Q&A and just talk about various topics, and it doesn't always have to be wrestling related. I know when we do Highway to Helms, it's very wrestling heavy because that's been my life for, the majority of my life. And a lot of fans want to know some of the behind the scene details, the behind the curtain details. And we get into that a lot on Highway to Helms. But I figured today, we can talk a little bit about some more of the mainstream stuff going on in the world. But the second part of why I wanted to do this was I turned on CNN this morning, and you got to be careful with media these days with CNN, Fox News, because you never know if they're telling you the truth about anything. They're probably lying half the fucking time, or they got an agenda, or they got an agenda that's provided to them by some corporation. And I know this, that's the conspiracy theorist in there. There's that label. But I believe that. I believe that's the truth. They get caught in lies and shit all the time. And they're supposed to be the news. The news is supposed to be facts, factual shit. But they get caught in lies all the time, But anyway, I turned it on this morning and it's all this Anthony Weiner horse shit. I'm so sick of that motherfucker. There's a part of me that I don't care to do sexting people. I don't care. There's billions of people out there sexting right now. As I converse to you, as I provide to you some form of entertainment or information, education from my voice through this microphone right here, through your headphones, whatever you're listening to, as we're doing this, there are millions of people out there, maybe billions, sexting on the phone, actually having sex out there. I don't know why sex is such a big deal to people, but it is, and yeah, he's a weirdo for it. But I'm tired of hearing about it. Man, get the fuck out of here with that guy. And would I vote for him? Probably not. Anybody, I think I would it wouldn't bother me as bad if he actually had game with it. But reading some of the text that come out that's so stupid and lame, I would slap the shit out of that guy if I ever saw him. You know, just for being so lame. Like, man, you gonna do all that shit? Damn, come on. So anyway, that's all this on. I was like, let's get some topics that people want to hear about, want to talk about, and so I got my iPad up here, you know, so I don't have to keep flipping the screens on the comp. I got 2 different computers up here. I got the Facebook screen over here, and I'm gonna bring up my Twitter feed on my iPad so I can like screen some questions. And actually, no. I got my Tumblr here. See, I got my Tumblr for my iPad, Kapow. I got my phone for the tweets. And then I got the other laptop over here for the Facebook. We're gonna get some questions. I ain't gonna go all day long. I'm just gonna try to keep it funny, try to keep it positive, try not to lose my cool, because you know I'll do it. But even when I lose my cool, I'm still a cool motherfucker. So anyway, let's go to some questions. I'm gonna try to get away from what was your favorite match type of shit that we've all heard a million times. You know, the same old, who was your toughest opponent? Creative. That's the answer to that question. That will always be the answer to that question. If there's an honest wrestler performer out there, that's the answer to his question. The toughest opponent in his business is creative. The people that are in charge of our careers, and sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes don't know what the fuck they're doing. They are always your toughest opponent, because they're the people you got to win over, and they're in control of your fate. And sometimes that's very unfair. Be that as it may. So here we go. Let me see. Let me find some good one. This is from Monster _12773. First of all, get a simpler name. This is Twitter, man. You know, you got to brand yourself a little bit. And it ain't like you got to brand yourself from a business standpoint of view, but just get something easy. What kind of fucking name is that? What made you be a WWE wrestler? What made me be? Ain't nothing made me be. I wanted to be. I wanted to be a pro wrestler. I loved wrestling since I was a kid. It's what I always dreamed of. You know, I didn't want to be a cop. Didn't want to be an astronaut, a fireman. Damn sure don't want to be a fireman. I ain't running in no fucking burning building. I had a friend that's a fireman. He said, if I was in a burning building, you wouldn't come in and save me? I said, shit, if I can run in, you can run out. I ain't going in that shit. And they're braver than me. That's not my cup of tea. I'm just terrified of getting burned up. You know, if my family was in a burning house, that's the only thing that would get it. You know, friends, I don't like none of my friends enough to get burnt the fuck up. You know, I'm sorry. I love you all, but I ain't getting burnt the fuck up for you. I mean, I tell my friends all the time, I'll take a bullet for them, but like in the leg, like, you know, a flesh wound. I ain't trying to get shot the fuck up. So, and I feel the same way about fire. I ain't trying to get burnt the fuck up either. You know, but I watched wrestling with my dad as a kid, you know, and maybe it was something, you know, just that me and my dad did. We bonded. You know, he was a huge wrestling fan. He took me to my first show at 5 years old in the year 1979. Yeah, I'm old. I don't care. I don't care about that. I am. And, you know, I've been enthralled with it ever since, you know. The characters, the ambiance, the fans, you know, the fans being a huge part of what we do. You know, it's an art to me. It's an art form, and I always loved it. Nothing made me do it. My heart, if anything made me want to do it, I guess you could say my heart, because it was in my heart from the giddy up. That's why I did it. So let's go. Who was this? Let me, as I'm scrolling here, you know, I probably should have printed this shit out, you know, but that would be too organized for me. I can't do that. This is from Ghost Hunter _CC on Twitter as well. Other than wrestling, what are some of your other hobbies? I was never been, you know, much of a hobby guy. You know, I'm a reader. You know, I guess you consider that a hobby. I don't know. You know, I mean, I love to read. I read all the time. I got a couple different books I'm reading that. I don't know if everybody does this. It's something I do, though. Like, sometimes I don't read just a book cover to cover. I have a couple books. And I'll do like 5-6 chapters of one book, close it, open up, and do 5-6 chapters of another book. You know, kind of like with, you know, TV shows. You know, I know some people, you sit down and you watch a whole season of some shit, you know, one after the other. And that's cool, and I've done that too. I think we all have in this day and age, you know. I know I watched, when 24 popped, I watched 13 episodes of 24 in one day. And my damn brain turned to fucking jello. But I know we did it with Prison Break, you know. But with books, I get like that. Sometimes I'll read them cover to cover and just finish a book, especially, you know, if it's just like really over the top, enticing and engrossing, and I can't put it down. But a lot of time, even if a book is enticing and it's got me really reeled in, sometimes I just like to change the tone. I got a Star Wars book I'm reading right now. I'm always reading wrestling books. I got this graphic novel I'm reading that's very gritty. It's a detective story. People getting hacked up with a damn machete. So I like to change the tone, change the channel, so to speak, with my reading. And that would be my only hobby. I guess you could say Highway to Helms is a hobby. I'm turning it into something else, and that's the grand idea. I didn't envision Highway to Helms being quite the success it is. When I started it, as I've told people before, it was I didn't even want to do it. When I had to get talked into do it. Now I have a lot of fun doing it. I get to converse with a lot of fans. I love the feedback. And it's another avenue, just to be creative, and that's cool with me. So I guess you could say that. But other than that, man, I play with my kid, man. My little Sebastian, Braxton, my kids, man. I'm one of those people now. I never wanted to have kids. I went out of my way to not have kids. I used to wear a condom when I masturbated because I didn't trust myself. You know what I'm saying? But now that I have a kid, and being real, man, that's the greatest thing in the world. And I don't know if that's a hobby as much as a job. It's a job taking care of them, but I have fun. My kid smiles all the time, and both of them, and I'm lucky in that avenue. I know I've heard some stories. They're both very healthy and just happy kids, and that makes it really easy. So I got to high five them kids all the time. This is from on Twitter at LEXiled1ONE. What are your spiritual beliefs? And this is something I'll touch on, but I don't want to get too in depth with it because a lot of people get touchy when you bring up religion and stuff like that. A lot of people, they don't like their beliefs questioned at all. And my beliefs have evolved throughout my life. And I think they probably will continue to evolve. As well they should. I grew up under the Christian envelope or the Christian umbrella. But I'm not a big fan of the Bible in its entirety. I think there's a lot of nonsense in there. I think there's a lot of bad stuff in there. And I think that's mainly because it was written at a time when people thought a certain way. And we don't all think that way no more. So that's why a lot of this stuff doesn't connect anymore. It's not relevant anymore. I mean, the Bible condones slavery. I can't get behind that shit. It condones rape. I damn sure can't get behind that. And this is old, especially the Old Testament. The Old Testament's pretty violent. It's kind of a different tone than the New Testament. The New Testament's a lot better to me, but still, there's a lot of stuff I don't buy and I don't agree with. But when I tell people that, they always have the knee-jerk reaction, you don't believe in God. I'm like, no, the God and the Bible are two different things, and they don't have to be related at all. You can believe in a higher power and not believe in that Bible at all. There are no connection. There is no proof whatsoever that God or a higher power had anything to do at all with that Bible. None. There's been, I think it's 2,800 created deities by man on the planet. All these societies have had a religion or a religious figure or figures. If you go to the Greeks who had a pantheon and the Romans who had a pantheon, there's like 2,800. You can't sit there. To me, it's pretty arrogant to say that my one is correct. We don't know. But I know I feel good when I pray. I'm not sure what I'm praying to. I think I'm just praying to something that's out there that's bigger than me, that's better than me, that's better than all of us. And I don't think it can be defined in a book. I don't think it can be defined by the human mind. It's going to be bigger than us. It's going to be better than us. It's going to be more fabulous and amazing, in my opinion, than anything that we can fathom. I mean, the average person out there, if you try to explain quantum mechanics to them or quantum mathematics, they're going to have no fucking clue what you're talking about, and they aren't going to even be able to grasp it if you dumb it down for them. But yet, they're supposed to be able to understand the creator or the architect, Illuminati reference, to, some higher power that was able to create, stuff. I don't buy that. I think it's going to be bigger than anything we can define, anything we can touch on. But that's what I think. I think also, don't be an asshole. You know, if you need a book to tell you not to be an asshole, then you are one, and you're going about things the wrong way. You know, the Bible, whether you believe in that, doesn't mean you're a moral person at all. Most prisoners are religious. That's just how it is. I don't think that religion is a bad thing totally. What I think is bad is it divides us. It separates us. It doesn't bring us together. There's too much death involved in it. There's too much hatred involved in it. And that's why I kind of push away from it, you know. And I think, too, last point on it, I think exposing kids to it at an early age isn't the way to go. You know, kids are very susceptible to suggestion, especially in their learning phases, as we all are. And I think just hammering them with things, hammering them with ideas that are presented as fact when they are not facts, that's wrong to me. You know, if you got concrete evidence that it's a fact, that's one thing, but there isn't. That's why it's called faith. That's a belief. That's not a fact. But teaching a kid that it is a fact, to me, there's a disconnect there. You should wait till a child's older, you know, old enough to make that decision for himself before forcing that down his throat, you know. So I saw on the internet one time that said religion should be like your sex life. Don't shove it down somebody's throat. That sounds about right to me. So anyway, moving on. Let me see what we got here. Elaine from Ireland. You know who you are. When I step away from wrestling, what can I see myself doing? Well, hopefully I can step away. I got all these damn injuries going on, man. I'm hoping I can still step properly when shit's time to go. But I don't see that happening for a while. I still got some good years left in me. You know, we got my app company. And let me give a shout out to figure4apps.com. If you guys, anybody out there that's got an idea for an iPhone app, smartphone app, and I'm not talking about these mobile websites that people try to present as apps that aren't apps. An app has to have a function, has to do something. If you got an idea for something like that, contact Figure4Apps. These guys are great. They work their ass off. They've been really generous with me, you know, and pushing forth my ideas. And that's a good segue. You know, I should talk about I'm a wrestling fan. Little I, capital MMA wrestling fan. We're waiting to be reapproved by Apple for the new updated version. This thing's going to come out and be re-emerge and be a lot better than the first of the last version of it. The concept behind it is always not just your major WWE events, your major WWE house shows, TNA events, Ring of Honor events. We want to put all the independent promotions out there on this app so that fans can find them at all times. And promoters, you can do this from the app. All you got to do is download the app. That shit is free. $3.99. Just go there, download the app. You can submit your event to the app. And here's what a fan does. A fan looks at it. They can sit there and scroll through the events by date. But also, the app logs into the GPS on their phone, connects with it, and it will list all these events by location and find the one closest to them. And then if they want to go to that, they click on that event. It goes into their maps. It'll take them right to the door. Easy as pie. It helps fans find shows. It helps guys get seen by more fans. It helps promoter promote the show. It's a win, win, win all the way around. And that same concept is for I'm a fight fan. Again, little I, capital MMA, fight fan. And this is for MMA. Not just UFC, not just Bellator. You know, there's a lot of local MMA stuff out there. You guys might not know that. But there's a lot of local MMA fighters going through the same struggle that independent wrestlers going through. Looking for recognition, looking for fights, looking for shows, looking for events. This concept is there to help them out too. Now, the next two I'm going to talk about are going to go through some changes because they're going to get rebranded. I'm a Comic Con fan. I'm a huge fan of Comic Cons anyway. Not just because I'm a comic fan, but just the experience of going to a Comic Con is like no other. There's a ton of people that are just some of the coolest people you'll ever meet. And I know there's the stigma that it's a bunch of geeks and all that nonsense. How the hell with that shit? Look at Hollywood. Superhero movies, science fiction movies. Hollywood loves that shit. That is saving Hollywood. If it wasn't for especially over the last 10, 15 years, look at all the big blockbusters. It's science fiction, it's superhero shit, and you'll see these type of characters at Comic-Con. And there's some ridiculously hot chicks just walking around in ridiculously hot outfits. What more do you want? What more do you want out of life? Come on now. But that app too is about to be rebranded. There's going to be a name attached to it. It's going to be pretty cool. Comic fans are going to dig it. That being said, I'm a race fan. Same app concept, but for NASCAR and Indy racing. And we're trying to get a name attached to that. We're talking to a few different drivers. That's going to be pretty interesting too. So we'll see how that goes. But those were the main ones that I've been involved in. And of course, you got my own app, Shane, the Shane event. That is what it is. You can put my mask on your face. There's a soundboard of me saying shit. You can find out where I'm at. There's like a magic 8-ball type thing. What would Helms do? And you can ask it questions, yes or no questions, and I answer you as only I can. So you got that. You got that. But let me see. I'm just getting a little text here from from my waitress. Got to reply to her real quick. Sorry for that pause. But anyway, so yeah, and figure4apps.com, they're the ones that, you know, helped me develop all those. So man, I can't thank those guys enough. Now going back to these questions. Let me see if I can go to the Facebook, get some Facebook questions. What's going on in the world of Facebooking? My Facebook is at ShaneHelmsCom, you know, whatever, facebook.com/ShaneHelmsCom, whatever that shit is. You know what I'm saying? Let's go on here and see what we can find from these people. I also I got a personal Facebook too. And I need to combine the two, but I just don't have time for that shit, man. I can't sit there and go through and, you know, get all these people going from one page to the next, man. So let me see. This is from Fred Richani. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Richani. He's asking me, do I think that WWE missed the boat on Paul Burchill? I think they could have definitely done a lot more with Paul Burchill. There was a talented guy. He had a great backstory, a great life story. There's definitely something they could have tapped into with him. Not sure why it didn't pan out. I never heard anything bad about him. Never heard anybody say anything bad about the guy. Yeah, I'm going to say they missed a boat on him a little bit. I'm not sure how far that boat could have sailed or how big a boat it could have been, but they definitely could have done a lot more than they did with the guy. I enjoyed my feud with him on ECW. It was one of my favorite feuds. My without a doubt favorite part of being on that ECW show, which I don't really, which to me, when people bring up that I was in ECW, you know, it's not that ECW of back in the day. You know, the WWE ECW was a watered down, very safe version of ECW, and it is what it is. But you know, that being said, let's move on. Now here's Daniel Perry asking me, when did I think I had the biggest push, the Mighty Molly days or pinning the Rock? Now here's my answer to that. You fucking serious? I gotta tell you that. Of course, beating the Rock was a bigger push. Come on. The hell. Of all the cities I've wrestled in, this is by Kyle Kawil Williams, which is my favorite. There's a bunch. Chicago's up there. The crowd in Chicago's pretty hard to beat. I love Madison Square Garden. I love Boston. I love right here in Raleigh-Durham. I love Tokyo. I don't care what building we're in. I love being in Japan. I love Toronto. I love Vancouver, Montreal. There's a bunch of places in Canada I'm really fond of. Monterey in Mexico. I love that place. Staples Center was always nice. Milwaukee was always nice, and that's one you don't hear people mention. There's a bunch, man. There's an arena in Raleigh, North Carolina called the Dorton Arena. I used to go there when I was a kid. I wish somebody would do a show there. I would love to go there just for the story. Brendan McKenzie wants to know if there will ever be a 3-count reunion. I don't fucking know. Seems like there should be. Let's see what else we got going on. Let's try to get some any other questions that aren't about wrestling. I don't think so. Everybody kind of loves the wrestling. Did Vince McMahon ever come to me and ask me to change my gimmick? That's by Stephen Morris. No. Not at all. So, what else? What else we got? Where we at? Is there any chance of me returning to the WWE, even for just a cameo or two? Ronnie Wayne Weaver Jr. asked that. I actually just did a cameo on the JBL Michael Cole show not too long ago, so that question has been answered. Is there a chance of me going back? Without a doubt. The Hurricane had a great career there. You know, I made a mark there, and definitely there's ideas churning, wheels spinning for a possible return, as always. In my opinion, what is the number one problem indie pro wrestling is facing today? That's always just getting the word out. That's always promotion. You know, there's a lot of great talent out there, but it costs money to advertise. It costs money to promote. And some indie guys don't want to go out there and promote their own stuff. You know, they don't want to do the footwork to help themselves get noticed. And that's when they got to suck it up. That's when they got to put the pride in the back seat and help the promotion promote. You know, get asses in the seat. If there's nobody watching, what are we doing it for? There you go. Eric Perez, also known as Eric Escobar, asked me, is it true if you don't use it, you lose it? I don't even know what the hell he's talking about. Actually, I do. But maybe so. You got to get back on the bike, son. You know what I mean? Christian Cage, not that Christian Cage, a different one, says he wants to hear some Gene Snitsky stories and his voodoo. Here's Gene's voodoo. Gene has this power to hypnotize women to take their shoes off so that he can suck upon their toes. And this is not something I'm making up. This is not a tall tale I'm spinning you. This is the actual truth. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in restaurants. I've seen it happen on airplanes. I don't know how the fuck he does it. It's something in the eyes. But several times. And it seems like it just wouldn't happen. Like it out of place. Not necessarily out of place, but just out of character for these women. And I look over there, I'm like, she ain't going to do it. She ain't going to do it. I turn my head for a minute or two. I turn back around. Her shoes are off. Her stockings are off. And her foot is in Gene's mouth. Dang. Shit makes me laugh every time, though. Entertains me. So, what else we got? Why does the internet wrestling community hate TNA and want them to go out of business? I don't think the entire internet community hates TNA. I think the internet wrestling community just likes to pick on people. And I'm a fan of roasting. You know, I roast Monday Night Raw sometimes, but I do it in jest. I know the people. That's a little bit different. I think there's a lot of keyboard warriors. We all know they're out there. They want to pick on shit. They want to be armchair quarterbacks in football is what you call them. I think they just like to pick out the negative. They can't focus on the positive. These are the type of people that go to the movies and they look for mistakes. They can't enjoy it. You know, they go to watch a magic trick. They can't just sit back and watch it. They want to try to figure out how it's done. And once you figure out how it's done, it ain't fun no more. You know, so quit doing that. Just have fun watching it. You know, I think TNA is in a tough spot. You know, obviously, my friend Yuck at Yuck728 just asked me about TNA. What did I think about the releases and that sort of thing? All businesses restructure at different points. WWE does it all the time. You got some massive firings. And, you know, when it comes down to a talent, if you're on a roster, you need to either be selling merchandise or selling tickets. If you're not doing either of those two things, you better have a pivotal role, or you better be a good role player for the team, or else your ass got to go. It's still a business. You still got to make money. You know, you got a lot of guys out there that are mechanics, but they're not artists. Yeah, they can go in there and do wrestling matches and have some good pops, but they're not artists. They don't get emotion. They don't evoke emotion out of people. Mechanics have great matches. Artists make money in this business. And that's just how it is. You know, you got to be providing. You got to be putting something back into the system. That being said, I think there's a couple guys in TNA that I wouldn't have let go if I was them in favor of some other guys. But those are tough decisions to make. You don't know contractually what's going on. And you don't know where the talent's head's at. Maybe they didn't want to be there. I don't know. I wasn't in on that. But I think it's bad anytime somebody loses their job. I wouldn't want to see that. But like I said, if you're not bringing money into the company, you know, That's the nature of the beast. Vince and them kept me around for a long ass time because I sold a lot of t-shirts. I sold a lot of masks. I sold a lot of capes. I sold a lot of shit. I was bringing in money. Anybody knows anything about our business knows what we get on the merchandise end of things is a very small percentage of what the WWE gets. And I got 6-figure royalty checks. I can't imagine what they made off of my ass. I know it's probably is a very unfair split, you know, because I'm in the single digits on percentage wise of what we get merchandise cut. So they, you know, but that's why they kept me around and they put me on that stage and let me live my dream. So, you know, they kind of have us by the ass that we can't really argue too much about it. But if you're not bringing in money, you know, the company has to make tough decisions sometimes, and that's when you got to go. And it's like that in any business, not just wrestling. Any business is like that. What else we got? There's a question from, speaking of this, is a question for Hammer Jack. He's just trying to be funny. This Saturday in Tennessee, go on the internet, look for a guy named Hammer Jack. I'll be promoting this a little bit later on. Doing a great show in Tennessee this Saturday night. The reunion of the Outsiders, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash going to be there. Cody Hall, Scott Hall's son's going to be wrestling. It's going to be a real big event. I'll post some information about that in the next couple of days leading up to it. So if you're in that area, you want to check that out. Here's a question from Kathy Rudzinski on Facebook. Why do athletes continue to take steroids / alcohol / prescription meds when they know how dangerous it is to have seen what it has done to others? That's a good question, but here's where your question is flawed because you put the word athletes in there when you should put the word human beings. Because this ain't something that's just restricted to athletes. It's something that all human beings do. Athletes just get the focus because we're on screen, or celebrities because they're on screen. For every Lindsay Lohan that's out there, there's a million real people out there that's going through those same problems. And it's a good question. Why do people do that? Who knows? I asked this question to somebody recently. It's like, isn't it strange that everywhere, all over the world, people want to drink and have a good time? Isn't that strange that they just, that's the root of it. You know, nobody wants to do things that are bad. You know, you don't get addicted to shit that sucks. People get addicted to shit that's awesome. Or it's awesome at one particular point in time. You know, to say that. It doesn't end up being like that. But why, you know, that's the root of it. Why do people take drugs? Let's get to the root of the problem. Why do they do that? They want to feel good. That's why. There you go. Maybe their life sucks ass and they want to escape. And that's why they do it. That's why people start doing it. Unless you're talking about prescription meds when guys have injuries. Why do guys take medicine when they're hurt? I hope that's not the question, because that answer should be fucking obvious. The same reason anybody takes medicine when they're hurt. Your ass being hurt sucks, you know. But people drink because they want to have fun. They want to have a good time. Do you necessarily have to drink? No. But there are people that drink and have great, you know, times all the time. That shit happens all the time, you know. And there are people that, you know, do whatever and have great times all the time, and no bad shit happens. But I relate that shit. I compare it to bungee jumping or parachuting. Yeah, you could have a lot of good bungee jumps and you could have a lot of good parachuting. But all it takes is one bad night and your shit could be through. And that's the perils of it. And that's the reality of it. And that's where we don't educate kids correctly about it. You know, I think we lump all of drugs into one big category. It's all drugs. Like Tylenol. And Tylenol's a drug too, but you can't sit there and put it in the same category with meth. Obviously, that's two different things. We need to educate kids properly, and we don't. We try to lump it in, kind of take the easy way out, say all drugs are bad, and just don't do any of them. You know, and that shit hasn't worked. That is a failed flaw. It hasn't worked. People take drugs now more than ever, and you need to get to the root of why. And then you need to ask yourself, okay, people take drugs to feel good. Why does the government think that should be illegal? Why do they think feeling good should be illegal? That's just something to think about. I'm not supporting it either way. I just want to, you know, get you thinking about it. Why do they think that you picking up a little tab, putting it in your mouth, why do they think you should go to jail for that? It's a very odd thing to do. It's very controlling, very oppressive. Now, obviously, when you get on behind the wheel of a car, and I can speak from personal experience about this, not necessarily a car, but people know my story on a motorcycle. Once you do shit like that, now that takes it to a different level, and that's an entirely different conversation. But if your ass is just sitting at home in your house and you're not hurting another person on the fucking planet, my personal belief is do what the fuck you want to do. It's your life. It's your body. If there's nothing else that you should have full 100% control of on this, in this life and on this planet, it should be your own body. That should be yours to do with as you please. While there are laws against it, that's society. And society is what it is. The government wants to control us. You know, that's why there's so many people in jail. I mean, we got more people in jail than China. China is a communist country with way more fucking people than we do, and we got more prisoners. See, they're tough questions. They're tough questions. I think a lot of it, a lot of it is abuse. You can abuse anything. You can definitely abuse anything. If you go take a whole bottle of aspirin, that might be your last fucking headache. I've known somebody, and this was a person that was close to me, got a third shift job. They couldn't adapt to the sleep schedule of being up late and then having to sleep during the day, so they started taking NyQuil PM, over-the-counter shit. You know, nobody thinks that's harmful. A lot of people think you can't die from any of that shit. Wrong. People die from Tylenol intoxication. This person in particular, liver shut down from taking so much NyQuil, not like all at one time, but they just started to take it, just trying to sleep during the day because they couldn't get their sleep schedule, you know, to adjust. And this is how they're making their living. And so next thing you know, liver shuts down, in the hospital, near death from damn Tylenol. I mean, not Tylenol, from NyQuil. Your ass don't want to die from NyQuil. What kind of story is that? They ain't gonna make no movie about that. You know, but that's the reality of it. Anything could be abused. We abuse fast food in this country. Why don't people ask about that? Who knows? You know, I think there's a lot of personal decisions that are made, and sometimes they're right or wrong. Obviously, that's a very silly way to put it. Of course, personal decisions are made, but it's a personal choice, you know, and a person needs to go into that with better knowledge and understanding of what shit does. You know, so many stuff is addictive. But if you don't have that knowledge, you know, you kind of just go in blind. I think there needs to be a better education system on drugs in the country, and that could help people make better informed decisions. You know, so we'll see how that goes. You know, you can only hope the best for people. I think everybody's body is different. Everybody's body chemistry is different. Some people are going to be more susceptible to addiction than others. I've never had a problem with it. I feel very blessed with that, and I think, you know, with the major injuries I've had, I don't think there's any reason in the world why I shouldn't have got addicted. I'm glad that I didn't. But, I mean, I had a spinal fusion. I almost lost my foot. I remember when I was on my foot, after my foot surgery, I was on morphine for a long time. And they were telling me all the symptoms that I was going to get when I got off of it, you know. They got to wean you off. You start taking less and less, that sort of shit. And it was all kind of like I was going to get the shakes and itching, and, you know, they said I might be incontinent or whatever it is where you shit on yourself. And I was like, what? I ain't shitting on myself. I'm grown, you know. But when I quit, cold turkey, didn't wean off, didn't nothing. For me, no side effects. No, I got to have it. Damn sure not shit on myself. Didn't do any of that. I just quit. And I remember thinking about that in days after, going, maybe it's just different for me. It's not like I think I'm tougher than somebody else, or I got some big, strong intestinal fortitude that got me through it. I was like, I just didn't feel the urge or the need. You know, I think my body chemistry was just different than other people. I think there's some people that could take a drug, and the very first day they're hooked. I think that happens. Actually, I know what happens. It does happen. There's stories out there of people that it happened to. So there's the long and skinny of that answer. Now let me go to my fan page on Facebook, see if they got any questions. And please, anything I say, don't take my word for it. You know, do your own research. You know, think for yourself. I can only give you Shane Helms' experience or Shane Helms' train of thought at this particular time. I might feel different about the shit tomorrow. I don't know. But so let's go on. Got some more comments. Let's see what's happening. My favorite comic book movie. Favorite comic book movie. I think Blade was really good. Of course, the first Spider-Man was good. Superman 2 with Zod was good. The Batman with the Joker. What was his name, dude? Christian Bale and Keith, what's his name? Yeah, y'all know who I'm talking about. He died. Can't even remember that name. Heath Ledger. That one was really good. Road to Perdition was adapted from a comic that was really good. Sin City, there's a lot of them, man. A lot of movies out there you don't even know came from comics. Really good. And that was from Robbie Croy, Croy. Thanks, Robbie. Who else we got? What else we got cooking here? What's the story of almost playing Gambit in X3? Now that might be boosting it up a little bit. I was offered the chance to read for Gambit. There was no guarantee that I was going to be Gambit. But I had dinner, with some people that were involved in the movies in the first X-Men 1 and 2. And, I got invited on set. Was just kind of chilling, having a good time. And one of the main guys, I'm talking about producer type cat, just like the way I talk. And he asked me, was I from New Orleans? And I get that quite a bit. And I said, no, man, just kind of a crazy accent I've always picked up. Or not that I picked up, I've always had. And he goes, you could be Gambit. And I go, I could be Gambit. And he goes, would you like to read for it? And I go, fuck yeah. And so I was all excited about that. I'm going to be a movie star now. But what had happened was that team that made X-Men 1 and 2 didn't make X-Men 3. They went on to make the Superman Returns, the one with Brandon Routh, that wasn't quite that good. And so that reading for Gambit never came to be. And there's no way of saying I would even got the role. It'd have been cool just to read for it, though. I think I could have nailed it. I think I could have been a good Gambit. Anyway, that's all I got. That's all I got on that question. Now let's go to my Tumblr. I spoke of Tumblr earlier. You got to check my Tumblr out. That shit is awesome. Scrolling through it, I got a picture of Thanos here, picture of a fat booty here. Here's an article on freezing light. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Scientists have frozen light for a full minute recently. I don't even know I didn't even know that shit was possible. How the fuck you freeze light? But they froze the shit. So there you go. Got a quote from Oscar Wilde. I got 2 hot chicks squatting in the gym. Here's some freaky ass video of a baby that was terrifying. A great artist rendition of a Supergirl. Here's C-3PO from Star Wars reading a Playbot. Not Playboy, Playbot. Think about it. Here's a great artist rendition of the hurricane that's on Jupiter. Jupiter has a hurricane on it that's about 3 times the size of the planet Earth. That's how big that shit is. I got all kinds of crazy things on here, man. I really love Tumblr. I enjoy it. It's not quite as one-dimensional as Twitter can be. What new action movie am I looking forward to between now and 2015? There's actually 2. Guardians of the Galaxy. There's going to be one. I think that's going to be the one that involves Thanos. I'm hoping. I don't know that. But also Dave Bautista is going to be in there. And Thanos is this motherfucker right here. Obviously, I'm a fan. Dave Bautista is playing Drax the Destroyer. And that's a character I've always had a fondness for. Drax the Destroyer was actually created to combat Thanos. So that's what's kind of leading me to the process. Plus, Thanos was seen in the last Avengers movie. And it's been recently announced that the villain in Avengers is going to be Ultron. So I'm thinking they must have had a change in direction. And maybe they're going with Thanos and Guardians of the Galaxy. And that's why Ultron is going to be in the Avengers. And that question came from my Tumblr from Lucky Star. Luckistar. Thank you, Lucky. We also got a question about somebody asking me, was I invited to go to high school from 6th grade? No, I could have skipped a couple grades. And at 11 years old, I was invited to, this is by full Elvin Castile. There you have it. No, I tested really well on the CAT, which is the middle school version of the SAT. The highest you can make on it's a 99. It's based on percentages. I made that twice, and then I made like a 98 the third time. So I tested really well on it. Teachers actually thought I was cheating. They came and asked me who I was sitting beside, because it wasn't like I was like some super student, but I just tested really well on those type of tests. And Then when I was 11 years old, I was invited to attend this collegiate program on the campus of the University of Missouri. And that's one of those programs where you can kind of forego high school if you do really well. But there was tuition to be paid, and my family couldn't afford it, so that never happened. I actually got that invite twice. But I wanted to be a wrestler anyway. And keep in mind, that was a long time ago. I've been dropped on my head a lot since then. So that doesn't necessarily mean I'm still smart. It means that I might have been smart at one time. Let me see, where are these questions at? What I have, this is from Forever Invasion. Somebody I see a lot on Tumblr. Would I have been a part of NWO if I wanted to? I would have liked to have been a part of the first NWO, not when it got kind of watered down, but of course that was probably the hottest angle in the history of the business. So, of course, I want to be a part of that. Let's go back to Twitter. Somebody's asking me about the Wyatts. I love the Wyatts. I think that angle, that entrance is pretty unique. The angle is going great. I want to see him progress with it going forward, what they're going to do going forward. And I think Bray's promo skills are really good, really unique. A lot of people are going to be stealing his shit, I think. So, what else we got? What else we got? Going on Tumblr again. I mean, not Tumblr, we're on Twitter again. What we got going here? What's my favorite food of all time? Spaghetti, man. Come on now. You should know that. If you're a Shane Helms fan, you should know that. My favorite match. I don't have a favorite match. I got favorite moments. You know, there's just being in the ring, looking over there, seeing The Rock, seeing Ric Flair, seeing The Undertaker. Anytime I was in matches like that, I just kind of took a moment to take it in, to breathe it in. And that was what was cool for me. I mean, I think I had a lot of good matches. I never shit the bed. I say that. I can say that with full pride. I never went out there and stunk up the building. But I had a lot of good matches. A couple that might not have been 5 stars or 4 stars, or might have just been 1 star, and that 1 star was me. But like I said, for me it was moments, just moments in my career, and moments in my life too. So yeah. When am I gonna do a podcast with Colt Cabana? I got to get Colt down here. I did his podcast, The Art of Wrestling, one of the best wrestling podcasts out there. So check out Colt. He's a great interviewer. You know, really great cadence with his questions. A very funny guy too. So check Colt out as always. And also, speaking of podcasts, if you haven't heard Steve Austin's, shit, stop mine and go listen to his. That's how good his is. Very entertaining guy. I'm gonna be on there. He's invited me to be on there soon, so we'll figure that out. Hybrid Stained is asking me when's the next Lucha Libra USA tour. And I don't have an answer to that question. Hopefully soon. You know, I think Lucha Libra USA is a great product. They do tours as opposed to just doing random shows. They do random tours, but it'll be like 10, 12 shows in a row. So they're just kind of lining those ducks up. And when that comes out, I'll let you know. I will let you know. Any Hollywood actress that I have a crush on. And this comes from @SanjayRocks0608. There's a lot of there's a lot to take in on that name. Any Hollywood actress. The Mother of Dragons is high on my list right now. I just got to say that. And the waitress knows. I think the waitress got a little thing for the Mother of Dragons too. But I don't really crush too lot. You know, I don't know. I see beautiful women everywhere, and you don't have to be a actress or a superstar or a celebrity to capture my eye. You know, beauty is all over the world. So I don't really crush on people like that. You know, I think the woman I just got engaged to is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen, and so I'm very lucky. I've always kind of been an overachiever in that area anyway, and I definitely went over the top on this one. You know, guys, if she works hard in the gym, she'll work hard everywhere. If you catch my drift. Yeah. See what else we got going on. The most surprising, this is from Elaine in Ireland again. Say hi to Matt for me. The most surprising thing that's happened to me since becoming a dad. And I'll answer this question, then I'll wrap it on up because we're getting long. You know, I don't want to wear you out with all this. I think the most surprising thing is just how entertaining it is. You know, I never thought I would be just this entertained by a little child, you know. I mean, I love kids, of course. You know, my character was kind of geared toward kids. And you have a fan-friendly character, but I'm talking about just looking at another living soul and just laughing all the time. And everything he does interests me. The development of the facial expressions, you'll see a new one all the time. And, just give him a little bath, watching him go crazy in the water. I don't enjoy changing diapers. I'm going to tell you that shit. Woo, pun intended. But like I said, I'm just surprised at how entertaining it is. So much joy to your life. Somebody told me, you'll never know love until you see your child. And that is true. That is true. I don't care who you love out there. When you hold your kid, it's a different thing. And it changes everything for the better. You just look at things differently. Before my life was kind of reckless because, I lived for myself. I lived for the moment. I was just doing my thing all the time. And I had a great life. I'm not knocking that at all. And I think people that do that, I'm not knocking you. I was there. I loved it. But now that I got a son, I'm kind of doing it all for him. I want him to be proud of his dad. And I want him to look back at all the pictures I post and all the videos. And it's like, man, my dad really loved me. And my dad was like, he played with me a lot, and stuff like that. I want my son to be proud of his dad because, man, I'm proud of him, I ain't, just for being him, no matter what. I love being a dad. And I think Karen, my beautiful fiance, I thank her all the time. And I think if you're a father and you love your kid, you should thank your woman. Just go up to her and just say, thank you for giving me this. Because, guys, we can't do that shit. We're made to produce, but we're not made to breed. You know what I mean? So women are wonderful creatures. They're amazing creatures. Just that whole birthing process, man. I was determined not to watch it, but I don't know if we ever spoke on this on my show, but Karen is so strong. You people have seen pictures of her, and I'll post this one up. She's an award-winning figure competitor. She's strong. Not that. Get that shit off there. She's an award-winning, figure model, figure. And her legs were so strong that the nurses couldn't hold them, so I had to hold one of them. Now, in my mind, I was going to be with her while she was giving birth, but I didn't want to be downtown. You know what I'm saying? I want to be uptown, like stroking her hair, brushing her cheek, giving little kisses, saying little jokes to her, trying to take her mind off the pain and agony that she's going through. That's why I wanted to be up top. And in my mind's eye, I was going to be there, and downtown was like 10 yards away. That's where it was going to be in my mind. Like, I wasn't going to see none of it. But that's not how it is. It's right there. It's all compact. And like I said, I had to hold her leg up, one of her legs, because she's so strong, the other nurses couldn't hold her. And then, so when I saw little man come out, like, you just look at the baby. You're not looking at anything else. You don't think nothing perverted. You just look at that kid, and it's amazing, and it's beautiful. And, man, I didn't get to see none of the after shit. Yeah, to see the baby, go with the baby, and don't look at the other shit. That would be my advice. So I didn't see nothing bad, and everything went back into place. You know what I'm saying? And I love it, man. I love being a dad. It's the greatest thing, highlight of my life. So if that is what it is. I hope everybody's enjoyed this. We'll try to do this again. Check me out. My Twitter's right there on the screen. If you're watching video, at ShaneHelms.com. The website is ShaneHelms.com. Facebook is ShaneHelms.com. My Instagram is ShaneHelms.com. I'm on Vine now, and I actually put up some funny shit. ShaneHelms.com. You might look under Gregory Shane Helms, because for whatever reason, it's got my full name. I don't even know how that shit happened. Tumblr is ShaneHelms.com. Look for me. I try to be interesting, and I like to socialize with people. I like to meet new people. That's the thing about social media. And this is my last thought of the day about social media. You find out some of your friends are idiots, and that there's some really interesting strangers out there just waiting to take their place. That being said, heaven forbid, it's highway to Helms. Later.